on the scale? Thank you. Rohit has stopped paying attention to our conversation. That night, too, our conversation over the phone ended up with a fight. I haven't met him in last 6 months. His sailing job had become a burden on our relationship. Walking down the street alone made me angry, and I was frustrated with where our relationship was going. It was late, so I decided to go home. I stopped at a signal to cross the road. I saw a woman on the other side of the road. She looked from the same country but was flustered. She was crying, she was alone, and she was shivering. I couldn't ignore her, so I went up to her and asked, "Hey, are you okay? Am I okay?" Aditi was in a dilemma. Her eyes spoke the harsh reality of her marriage. Could you put a feather on the scale? I comforted her and then she began to talk. 10 years ago, I moved to Denmark. I was happy because I was married to the love of my life. But then, slowly, things started to shatter. And then, today, when I couldn't take it anymore, I left him. I left my husband. But my son Arav, he's still with him. Aditi started to cry. I didn't want her to be alone on that night in the street. So I told her, "Come with me to my place." We were back home. I was on my bed, trying to sleep. Aditi was in the guest room. Somewhere I knew I will not be able to sleep tonight. I closed my eyes, and there I was, 2 years ago. It's just 2 days left for the biggest day of my life. Rohit and I have known each other for last 10 years, and now we are getting married. I am happy and my parents are happy. We both know what will happen after the wedding. He is into sailing, so he will be at the sea for a long time. We might have to stay away for some time, but I don't want to live in India without him, so I decided I will also go to Denmark and finish my education. But Rohit's parents were not happy with our decision, but they agreed for our marriage. Everything was going smooth until just 2 days before. Rohit's parents asked for dowry. They wanted money. Could you put one more weight on the scale? Thank you. And if we don't fulfill the demand, they will cancel the wedding. If my wedding gets cancelled, who will marry me? What will the society think? What will happen to my parents? There was no way to cancel the wedding. My parents took money from our relatives and they fulfilled all the demands of the groom party. Rohit and I got married happily. Maybe. All I kept thinking while taking those 7 rounds around the sacred fire with Rohit was, why? Why he didn't do anything? Why he let his parents do this crucial thing with my parents? And then, just after a few days of the wedding, he had to go and join the job. And I was alone in India with his parents. The time I spent with Rohit's parents was the hardest time of my life because they started to say bad things. They started to torture me. Could you put one more weight on the scale? Thank you. There was no way for me to live in my parents' place. These rules by society were killing me. I was in depression, but I couldn't share anything with Rohit. I was waiting for my visa to get done. But then my visa got approved. Could you remove a weight and put a feather? Thank you. And I came to Denmark. I was so happy that now I will spend time with Rohit. But Rohit was not there. As always, he was busy. And now he has changed a lot. Why? Why he is not there with me? I did everything on my own. Things were far better before our marriage. The anger was back. I couldn't sleep. And suddenly I heard a noise from the kitchen. Shit. It was Aditi. Aditi couldn't sleep either. I couldn't sleep either. And now I wanted to tell everything to Aditi. Actually, that night I told her everything about my life, about my problems, about Rohit. And then Aditi told me, I know what you're going through. I have gone through the same stuff. But remember, it takes courage and a lot of pain for Indian women to leave their husband. So, in the end, the decision is yours. What will you choose? Thank you.